Here we go now.
Oh. Guys, we are live on this Thursday with our friend and the host of the Kempire After Dark live experience tomorrow here in New York City. The Brooke Ashley's here.
Hey guys, hey Kempire, how are you? How's everybody in the chat? Happy Thursday. I'm happy to be here. Cannot wait to get into all the things.
OMG. So I was excited for us to have this conversation, but we're going to hold back just a little bit just because we have a live show tomorrow and we're going to be talking a lot there.
Yep.
We're not going to hold too much back, but we're going to give you what we usually give you here on YouTube, but you don't even know what you're going to get at the Kempire After Dark live experience. The Brooke Ashley has been our host 2 other times, and this is her 3rd time. But speaking of the last time that we saw each other, it was at Watch What Crappens, a live show here in New York City. So we were behind the scenes. There were Bravo celebrities there. We were there. We met some people. We had a little key. Then we had a little snack afterwards. You turned me on to a Raising Cane?
Yes.
I was like, that chicken is good.
Isn't it?
Oh my God. So first of all, how are you?
I'm great. I am just having a great week. I'm good. God is good. Life is good. Okay. Everything is good. No complaints over here.
Ready for tomorrow?
I am ready for tomorrow. I cannot wait. I can't wait to meet everybody, talk. You always drop all this tea. Everybody comes out, they drop tea. I mean, it's going to be a good time. Always fun. I can't wait.
And this is the only show where there's a live stream option. So some of you will be able to have access to some of the tea. I'm already sitting on one story. I can't wait to tell. I haven't even told Brooke yet the story. And I'm not going to tell her. I'm just wait till we're there.
Yes.
And I'm just going to drop it.
Yes.
All right, guys, if you're just joining us, we are live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, all the places. We're here with our special guest and the host of the Kempire After Dark live experience tomorrow here in New York City. All ticket information, including the live stream, will be available in the description. But as I said before, the last time I saw Brooke was at the Watch What Crappens Crappy Awards here in New York City. Shout out to Ben and Ronnie. We appreciate them so much for having us there. But we were behind the scenes. I met Margaret from Real Housewives of New Jersey for the very first time. Brooke, I don't know about you. I don't want to speak for you. What did you think of Margaret?
Oh, I thought she was lovely. I had met her at BravoCon in 2022. She was lovely then, her and Joe. And then I had met her at BravoCon the next year. And remember that show, Dancing Queens? It got canceled because nobody was watching.
I almost forgot until you had to kind of give me like, oh yeah.
Remember the ballroom dancing? Well, they had invited me to the premiere party for that, and they had Dolores and Margaret at the premiere party. So I had seen her again, and I've always thought that Margaret is lovely.
Yes.
So it was great seeing her again at the Watch What Crappens Awards backstage.
Yes, I thought she was lovely. She saw me across the room and came over, and I was like, uh-oh. You just never know how these Bravo celebrities are going to take you. I have to say, no matter what side of the Real Housewives of New Jersey fandom you're on, I thought she was lovely.
She was
kind. She didn't even really. We spoke a little tea in regards to Real Housewives of New Jersey, but she wasn't pressed about New Jersey. She's like, I run a business. This gives me time to run my business. I was like, oh, like she wasn't trying to make us pick her side. She was just nice.
Yes.
However, I will say people have said the same thing about Teresa Giudice when they've met her. They said that she's lovely too. I've never met Teresa. I don't know what that would be like if I did. Have you met Teresa?
I have. I met her at the House of Villains premiere party and at BravoCon in 2023.
Okay.
So she was lovely. Now, she kind of gave me a little bit of a side eye, like, girl, I know you've been talking about me on your channel, but she was lovely, though. Her and Louis, even though I whacked the both of them, and I feel like he preyed on her for her money, but we won't go there. But they both were very lovely when I have met them both times.
Who else was there that we saw? We also, okay, so since then, she didn't tell us this. I don't know if she told you separately, but Rebecca Minkoff.
Yes.
She the next day, I think it was, announced that she wasn't returning to Real Housewives of New York. We're not going to talk about it, so it's okay. Don't get upset. Don't get hot. We're not talking about New York. Okay. We're not going to talk about it. It's all right. We're going to pretend that season never happened.
Yes.
But I thought she was nice too. But that was the first time that I ever met a cult member. I mean, what? Who said that? What? Huh? Oh, but no, she was lovely. I thought she was nice.
She was. Very nice. Very sweet. Very engaging.
What did you think of your good girlfriend, Jessel?
I already knew you were going to ask me about Jessel. I already knew it. Jessel, I have nothing for Jessel. The next time I see her again, I will be paying her dust. My third time seeing her. The first time I had interviewed her at the Rainbow Room when the show premiered, she was lovely then.
That's when she got the bubble guts and left early, right?
Yes. She threw up on the red carpet and had to be escorted off. Yeah. Let's talk about that. But yeah, she was nice then. But then the second time I met her, rude. And then this last time with you,
I witnessed it.
You were a live witness. I mean, I was floored because for you to say I'm saying hello to you and you have your back turned to me and you say hi. I said, oh, I'm good. I will never speak to Jessel ever again.
It was such a weird energy because we didn't say it in the moment. It was later. We were like, and you were like, yeah. I was like, yeah, there was weird energy. I was like, that was weird because I knew you had met her before. Yeah. I could understand her not saying hello to me. I didn't even say hello to her. You were very lovely about it. I didn't say hello. I didn't say hello to her. So I keep my distance from the folks I talk about because I want to continue to talk about them. I did the same with Black Dolores. But I will say, when I went up to present at the Crappy Awards, Black Dolores came backstage and she was talking to everyone. And then she looked at me and she was like, hi. I was like, hi. Lovely. Yeah. Can't say the same for Jessel, but no. I witnessed it. I literally was right on your right side. And you were like, hi, Jessel. You were very sweet. Even though you probably don't love everything about Jessel, you were very sweet to Jessel. And the energy was sort of like,
She gave very much trick, please, and had her.
You're being lovely by saying trick. I mean, I could have.
Yeah. Well,
I can't say months, so we won't say it.
Yes, I don't want to use profanity on your channel, so that's why.
Yeah. We know exactly what she wanted to say. But in honor of Black History Month, this is part of the reason why I'm bringing some of my favorite Black content creators to the channel. Can you believe the month is almost over?
I know.
Lord.
I know.
I feel like I've learned so much. Shout out to social media because every day I'm learning new stories that I didn't learn before. Mind you, I took a Black history course in college. So I feel like there's just so much history that I'm learning this month alone. And I implore people that don't know the history, Black, brown, white, whatever, to learn something. You can learn a lot from social media, but also do your due diligence because there are a lot of people creating stories that aren't facts. But follow me on IG. I'm reposting some of my favorite moments. But since we talked about the Real Housewives of New Jersey, Brooke, there is a story out by OK Magazine where they say what we can expect for the new season of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. So they said the Real Housewives of New Jersey stars have been retained by the network, and now OK Magazine can exclusively confirm who they are. They said the three women Bravo has kept engaged are Melissa Gorga, Teresa Giudice, and Dolores Catania, the insider spilled. The other women, Margaret Josephs, Danielle Cabral, and Rachel Fuda, were not given retention notices to him. At this time, Bravo is not pursuing them for a spot on Real Housewives of New Jersey or any other side projects. Come on. They're so shady. Rumors previously circulated that Fuda was a strong contender to return, but her husband stood in the way. Bravo found her husband difficult to deal with behind the scenes and didn't feel like it was worth the headache. As far as Gorga, the source noted that the decision to keep her may be shocking, but Bravo loves the dynamic her husband brings to the show. Come on, like there is no guys without Joe Gorga, no matter how you feel about him.
Agreed.
He really unifies the guys. Louis cannot. Louis is awkward, weird, might be a cult member too, allegedly. Damn, sometimes I forget this is not Kempire After Dark. They said they find him funny and think viewers enjoy watching him do shots and interact with the other men. They added that this isn't something that they wanted to let go of just yet. While no official decisions have been made on Real Housewives of New Jersey, the insider explained that they believe it will happen. With the three women. As far as where the women will wind up at this point, it's looking like Real Housewives of New Jersey will be led by Melissa and Dolores, and Teresa will be given a spinoff. While fans still want to likely see both Melissa and Teresa on Real Housewives of New Jersey, there just isn't a world where there's any chance of that happening due to where things stood last season and continue to stand today. As you probably saw on Watch What Happens Live, when both Teresa visited and then when Melissa recently visited as well. So are they saying, Brooke, that Joe Gorga is the reason Melissa Gorga is returning?
Yeah, that's how I read it.
What do you think about this news?
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised about Fuda being gone and Danielle. I didn't think that they brought that much. Okay. And if we're being honest, I feel like Rachel Fuda needs to thank her husband last season, because had he not had that little dust up with Teresa and Louis, she wouldn't have had any storyline. So I kind of feel like Rachel Fuda going, nobody's crying about that. You know, she didn't bring a whole lot. Danielle also, she wasn't aspirational. Danielle, I could take her or leave her. I thought she was kind of boring. So I'm not surprised about that. Margaret, I am a bit surprised because Margaret, I feel like sort of became an anchor to the show. So I was surprised they did not keep her. I could see Margaret maybe making appearances if they do, as a friend.
She's real friends with Melissa.
Yep.
Have you tried the Melissa Gorga cookies?
I haven't yet, but I know you did. You said they were good, right?
Twice. Christmas, and then they sent me some for Valentine's Day. They're good.
Okay.
They're really good. And everyone else that has tried it, they said they're really good too.
Okay.
I'm glad Melissa finally did something with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're good. So how do you feel though about a Teresa and Louis spinoff?
I mean, I don't know if it's going to be that interesting. I think that spinoffs are hard. Yeah. I think that I don't know if Teresa's personality is that dynamic where we want to watch her solo. I think that a lot of these women overestimate their entertainment factor. A lot of them, you are just better off in an ensemble cast. It's hard to carry. It's hard to carry a spinoff on your back. Yeah. You need people to bounce off of. I just don't know if people care. A lot of people don't like Louis. Even Teresa's fans don't like Louis. So I'm like, and I feel like a spinoff might really highlight the issues and the cracks in their foundation. So she might want to say, let me turn this spinoff down, but we know that Teresa needs that money. So, all right. Did I lie?
A lot of these housewives need the money. A lot of them. Here's the thing. Because they've said a spinoff. I think in a lot of people's minds it's your typical spinoff. Now it's going to be Teresa and her family. What if it's a Teresa and her cooking and her family joins, or other Bravo celebrities and celebrities join? Damn, what? Because you heard what they said about her cooking on House of Villains?
Yep. The food was too salty, they said. They said that food was too salty.
I've never had Teresa's cooking. I always thought that she was a fantastic cook just based off of, seeing people enjoy her food. But damn, someone said the lady can't cook. But but here's the thing. I feel as if though I've seen her YouTube where she's cooking, I find her more enjoyable in that space.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe she could have other professional cooks cook along with her. I don't think it should be your typical spinoff of just watching her and her girls and the family and things like that. I think it should be something, not a crappy lake, but something in that vein, because I think she would be more enjoyable in that way. Look.
Yeah. Whatever they do, they just need to make sure that it's interesting, I think, because think about it. Karen got that spinoff. Remember how she was supposed to get those 8 episodes and then Bravo chopped it down to maybe a 2-parter and both episodes tanked and we never saw that again. So I'm just like, listen, I mean, in theory, it sounds good, but it could easily be a flop.
Yeah.
I foresee Teresa getting back on the Real Housewives of New Jersey. I do. I think ultimately she's going to end up on the Real Housewives beefing with her sister-in-law, and they're going to call it a day and collect those 7-figure checks.
But do you want to see that again? I felt like a lot of fans were over it at this particular point.
I don't want to see it again, but if they both need that money. So
Brooke and that laugh. Well, here's the thing. I said this before when I was live recapping, I think it was RHOP, and people said the story came out. I was like, guys, stop reveling in the Real Housewives of New Jersey news. Andy Cohen every single time comes out and says that's not true. Julie, thank you so much for Super Chat. She says the insider was Kim D.
Oh.
And Andy said it was false. I think they are getting closer to their cast, but Andy already told us months ago, don't ask me anything about Real Housewives of New Jersey for the next 6 months. We're figuring things out. So when I saw this news, I was just like, okay, but everyone, so whatever. It will be interesting to see what they decide to do with this cast. I just don't see a world where you put either one and it's going to do well. I think they really do need to do a reboot of New Jersey and start fresh and continue to work with the women. You want to work with them. You see value in them. Continue to work with them. Maybe.
But my thing is always comes back to the money, though. I think that, with inflation as high as it is, you still got that Porsche to pay for. You got the Bentley to pay for. You got the mortgage. You have the American Express bill to pay for in full every single month. So I'm just kind of like, money talks, BS walks. If they have to get along for the sake of that check and that show, I think they'll do it.
But you've seen the recent interviews with them. They both, I felt like Andy was giving them a moment to do what you just said. We need this job, so we're going to act as if, I could film with her. Both of them.
Everybody talks big. Let them go. Because Andy has also said that he's not making any plans for New Jersey until 2026. We are fresh into 2025. We have another 10 months left. So let it keep going with no check, no job, nobody's calling, and those bills are backed up. I think they'll be changing their tune come December of 2025, in my opinion.
It makes me wonder, though, how are those cookies doing? Because those cookies are selling. And I don't know about Teresa's podcast. I've only seen clips, and I'm like, Teresa, this is not the avenue for you.
No.
You are not a speaker.
No.
Brooke, you didn't have to say it like that, bro.
She
said it desperately too. No. No. Brooke, come on. You have to be so dramatic. No, she's not. She really isn't. So I don't even know. I don't even hear people talk about that. Sidebar, speaking of podcasts, have you saw the Humble Brag podcast with Cynthia Bailey and Crystal Kung Minkoff? What do you think of that?
I think it's doing really well. I enjoy it. I find myself listening to the episodes when they drop every Monday. They did a nice job. There's a nice synergy between them. I like their chemistry. They're actual friends. Yeah. The stories, like the anecdotes, they're really cute. I think they've struck gold with the podcast.
Yeah. And just when I said I'm over everybody and their mama getting a podcast, I have to say it's one of the ones that I actually listen to. And there aren't a lot of podcasts that I listen to. I like them. And I know I've called Crystal boring before, but on the show she was boring. On the podcast she's interesting. I like her, and I've always loved Cynthia Bailey. Just saying. Anyways, I've digressed. Speaking of Cynthia Bailey, though, Real Housewives of Atlanta is coming. Are you excited for the girls to return? Where my picture of Love and Hip Hop? I mean, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Are you excited for the girls?
I am. I'm excited for the girls. I'm excited to see what fresh batch of foolishness they bring to us after 2 years of waiting.
Oh, has it been 2 years? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anyone on the cast though that you're excited to see this season? Because we have some returning people like Portia, Phaedra, Cynthia Bailey.
I wouldn't say that I have anybody that I'm super excited to see, but I will say that I just want to see what led to this mess between Kenya and Britt Edie. Like, I just want to get to the root of that. I want to see what happened. I want to see what exactly did Kenya do to lead to her getting fired or let go or whatever. I want to see that. I'm itching to see that.
Okay, not itching.
Yeah. Yeah.
Candy recently came out. She said she thought it was terrible that they did not give Kenya a photo for the season, that she was not included, but she's included in the trailer. First of all, what was your reaction to the trailer? And then the inclusion of Kenya, but the exclusion of Kenya in the promo?
My first thought about the trailer, they're definitely trying to focus on like the lifestyle, because for years Atlanta has been dragged for being kind of low budget, low brow, kind of like how Potomac is called Poor-tomac. Shout out to Rodney the Voice, who says that I scream every time he says Poor-tomac, but it's true. But Atlanta used to always get dragged for not having money and all that stuff. But I think that this time they're trying to make it loud and clear that they have the money. Okay, the coins are there. So I'm excited for that. Yeah. Now, seeing Kenya in the trailer but not having a cast photo, my heart did break. I'm not even going to hold you.
Really?
I felt sad. I feel like Kenya's been such a main staple on the show for so long, for like, what, a decade now? I do think that she should have gotten something. Like, she's in the trailer, you know.
Do you think she should be invited to the reunion?
I think so. I think she should be. I think for sure she should be. What do you think?
I mean, if you're going to include her as a part of the season, very much like any friend of, she has a right to tell her side.
Yes.
So I feel, in all fairness, and also with my HR background, I understand why they completed an investigation and came up with whatever determination they came up with. But I do think if you're going to use that footage, which they didn't have to, which is also concerning, like if you included this at the top of the season, what else do we have? But we shall see. But I definitely think they should include her. Should they have given her a promo photo? I just think that's Bravo's way of punishing people. We're not going to do that. And despite all the promo that she was doing and admitting, you know, I went too far, and saying that she's in a good place with the network, that showed me that she isn't in the place that she thinks that she is with the network.
No, she's not.
No, not at all. But yeah, I'm not too excited about Atlanta. It doesn't mean that Atlanta is not going to be good. I just want to wait and see what that brings. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Brooke, what is coming up for you right now that people need to look out for?
I have, the live show that I'm opening up for you tomorrow night at 9:30 p.m. at the Green Room 42. I cannot wait. My podcast, The Brooke Ashley, is doing well. Thank God, knock on wood. My YouTube channel at the same name, The Brooke Ashley. Just, I have some things in the works. Stay tuned. You know, I like to, keep it quiet until it, comes out. But yeah.
As you should. You should. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So we have a newbie, Bozoma St. John, and we have a new friendship that has developed between Bozoma and Dorit. What have you been feeling, though, about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills overall this season, as we're on like episode 12?
This, y'all, my subscribers, y'all know me. The way I've been tussling in the comments because folks have been mad at me about some of my takes. Yes. Oh, yes, my friend. I'm low-key like, okay, we can wrap Beverly Hills up.
Okay, explain.
No, it's a cute season. I'm enjoying it. But I think that some people have this thing where just because, I like Garcelle, they like Garcelle, I can't say anything. Or because, I've been a Sutton fan, I can't say anything if I feel like they've made a misstep.
Mm.
So there's kind of that,
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
The Sluttons are coming for you?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. So, so I'm kind of like, all right, I can't be tussling with folks every single Tuesday night, Wednesday. So I'm like, we can wrap this up.
So what has been the unpopular opinion that you've been sharing that the Sluttons and the Garcelle fans have said?
Well, earlier on when I had said, Garcelle, you don't like Dorit, and that's fine. I get it. The way she's treated you, I completely understand that. But if you don't like somebody, you don't pay them any attention. My only advice was, Garcelle, pay her dust, because it was kind of weird, in my humble opinion, in the earlier episodes this season when she would say, "Oh, Dorit didn't say hi to me," or why is she talking to Boz about her separation, but not all of us. And it's like, well, she's beefing with Kyle. You don't like her. Sutton also doesn't like her. So why would she share something so personal with people who don't like her and don't care for her? That was my only thing was, Garcelle, you keep saying that you don't like her, but yet you try to find a way to get in this lady's business. But then you're mad that she's not sharing it with you, but you don't like her. So my thing was just pay her dust. So the Garcelle fan, child just mad at me.
And I'm sure the Sutton fans. So Sutton's mom was featured on the last 3 episodes of Beverly Hills. How did you feel about Reba? Oh, she's taking a sip.
All I'm going to say, one of my subscribers had me screaming. They said I would have read Reba right back to Reconstruction.
Not Reconstruction. That's an educated read.
Yeah. No, but I clocked Reba from jump when Garcelle gave her that beautiful scar from Saks Fifth Avenue. And she was like, "What is this? A snake? Is a snake going to come out and jump at me?" And I was just like, "Lady, it's a gorgeous gift." I would have left personally. I would have found the nearest 5-star hotel and I would have stayed there. And then I would have gone home.
Oh, well, remember Reba's house she didn't live under that roof. Reba was in the outhouse. I don't know what the guest house, not the outhouse. Sorry. So you didn't have to leave. Sutton and Garcelle have a very close relationship. What did you think about Garcelle interfering though and having a conversation with Reba in defense of Sutton, and Reba telling her, "You need to mind your business"?
Well, like I said in my recap, when that episode aired, Garcelle, mind your business. If I were Garcelle, I would have minded my Black business and went about my day. The woman already does not like you. You came in with a gorgeous scar from Saks. She denied that. She told Kyle, "Oh, you're so pretty." Didn't say anything to you. She barely wanted to hug you, barely wanted to look you in your eye. So why do you think that you can play Dr. Phil or Oprah or Iyanla Van Zandt? I think that she wanted to hear from you.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think we really fully get the depth of the friendship between Garcelle and Sutton. And they flash back, I think it was last week's episode, to a separate conversation where Sutton got very emotional talking about her relationship with her mom. And it seems as if, and you even see it in this week's episode, where it feels as if Garcelle does feel very protective, almost coddling Sutton's grown self. So to me, I took it from that. What I personally have done it. Nope. I'm minding my Black business, especially in Black History Month. I'm not getting involved in that, especially when I've given you a gift and you've given me the energy of like, I don't want to touch it. Yes. So I am going to not have that conversation. But Brooke, we have to keep in mind though, aren't we glad she had the conversation so that we can watch and laughing like, "Garcelle, you a fool. What you having this conversation with this woman for?" So for our interest, I feel like Garcelle always is producing. So for me, Garcelle's like, "I'm going to produce a moment." And the Sagittarius in her, so I think because we're earth signs, we're not going to do that. We're not getting involved. But Garcelle's like, "I am live." She's like, "If you want to be a lesbian, be a lesbian." She's live, let live. I can appreciate that. What is your take though on Dorit this season? So everyone is saying Dorit is carrying this season. What are your thoughts?
I would say that Dorit is definitely activated this season. I'm for the first time ever, I'm actually enjoying Dorit.
Mm.
I do think I personally, again, just my opinion, what I'm saying, I'm not claiming it to be the gospel truth. I'm just
There is no need to put a disclaimer on it. This
I
is
just,
your
I
opinion.
just have to, because the folks like to tussle with the girl.
I want to fight with you about your opinion. Here's the thing: so many people, because there are people will come try and tussle with me. I don't think they realize they're tussling by themselves. I'm not there. I'm not there. Every once in a while, I'll be there and I'll respond. But they forget that this is a form of entertainment.
Yes.
We are not journalists
Yes.
reporting on the news. We are sharing our opinion of what has been viewed.
Exactly.
If you have your opinion, you start your YouTube channel and you post your video.
Say that again, please.
You don't have to agree with us. And okay, so clearly you have your thoughts on what Dorit has brought or not brought the season. So what do you think about Dorit and PK's divorce? And then tell me what you think about this budding friendship between Dorit and Bozoma.
So with PK and Dorit, I do believe that they are getting a divorce. I believe that PK has checked out. I've seen some people saying, "Oh, Dorit is doing this for a storyline." I don't agree. I don't think that she would play around like this, especially with her 2 kids. I do believe that this is real, and I always kind of felt like PK was checked out from jump. So I do believe that if you go back and look at it, he always seemed checked out, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Then she's finally revealing that he was like never home. She had to tell the kids, daddy's still on vacation and he's been gone, weeks at a time, living in a hotel. So she's letting us know that our marriage was messed up from the beginning. So I do believe that this is real and that PK got that new emerald green Bentley and he is out in these streets with somebody else. Okay? Now Dorit and Boz, I can't even hold you. I love their friendship.
Okay, tell me more about this, please.
Love their friendship. I think that it is, because you can't fake chemistry. You cannot fake, you know what I'm saying? You can't fake chemistry between a friendship or, lovers. Like they have
lovers. Wait a minute.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yes. So you're feeling the vibe. I need you to convince me because I'm not feeling it.
Oh, you're not?
No, I don't believe it at all.
Oh, well, you know what?
But I'm open to hearing like what about their friendship is connecting for you, because you're not the only one. There are a lot of people that are enjoying this new era of Dorit liking Black people. What?
Oh
gosh. So what do you?
Well, I like how Dorit came out to support Boz when it was her birthday last month, and Dorit was there front row at Watch What Happens Live. They spent the whole birthday together. I thought that was really sweet. The beautiful post that Dorit did post for her on Instagram. I mean, I know that might sound trivial or might sound silly, but it seemed heartfelt to me. Again, just the way that they interact with each other. Again, you can't fake chemistry. I do believe that they really do genuinely like each other. I think that Boz enjoys Dorit because she even said, Dorit likes to talk and I like to listen. I don't, and I do think that Dorit. Oh, you know what it was also? I love when Dorit had the party in the last episode, and I thought it was really a testament to how close Dorit's kids have gotten to Boz. Because did you see how Phoenix and Boz hugged each other? I thought that was very sweet. I think they have I think they have a true friendship.
Here's the thing: a lot of what you mentioned were things that you saw on their social media, not what we've seen on the show. Based on what I've seen on the show, I definitely see Bozoma being genuine and wanting a friendship with her, which is fine. A lot of people say she's an Aquarius. That makes sense. Aquarius love projects. Aquarius she's giving Aquarius, okay? And she already told us that she has like 100 and something best friends. That told me everything that I needed to know. I don't know about you, Brooke. I don't keep friends like that. I don't have 100 and something friends like that. It's the ride or dies or no one. Okay,
we're right here.
Yeah, the soldiers, as Karen Yugo would say. Oh my gosh. So the reason why I asked about it, because I genuinely want to hear what people have to say in regards to what they see in the friendship. Because I don't see, because no one thought that Garcelle and Sutton would be who they are today as friends. But I can see it, not just on their socials. I can see it even in that moment where Sutton said that she was leaving and she didn't leave. And they were in the foyer, like just, just taking up space in the foyer. And just the little banter between them, I was like, these are the moments that we would be missing without those two. Unlikely couple of friends. And I'm open, maybe in the future, I want to see if this will last between Bozoma and Dorit. I just haven't seen anything fun. I can see the fun in Boz. I don't see a fun in Dorit. I see Dorit being a wet rag every time we see her. Oh my God, I'm going through this divorce, just dealing with a lot right now. But Bozoma likes a project. She is a problem solver. So I get Bozoma's side of this. I just don't see this being a long friendship, in my opinion. What have you thought about this week's episode in regards to Kyle feeling as if Bozoma went too far, telling her sister that she's cold? She feels like Bozoma feels like she has not connected with Kyle. What do you think about the little battle that happened between Kyle and Bozoma this week?
Well, I think that it was funny that Kyle had she was upset hearing that, because that's not Kyle's first time hearing that. We know that Garcelle felt the same way. When she first entered the group, she told Kyle, I feel like you look right through me. You don't see me at all. You don't value me. You don't want to get to know me. So Garcelle felt the same way about Kyle. Other housewives who are no longer on the show have remarked that Kyle is cold, and that Crystal even said that when she first joined the show, she was told this is Kyle's show and you better fall in line. Kyle runs this, and Kyle was not the most welcoming to her either. So yeah, I wasn't really surprised that Boz felt that way. Now, when it comes to Boz telling Kathy about how she feels, remember, Kathy and Kyle have a very strained relationship.
Yeah.
They all the sisters do, because of their upbringing. Their mother pinned them all against each other. So everybody kind of knows, the sisters have all these issues. They're not that close. So I feel like I can tell her, hey, your sister over there, what's her deal?
Yeah. Yeah. Here's the thing. I just felt, because of the estrangement between Kyle and Kathy, that's not the person I'm going to go to if I have an issue with Kyle. I would probably go directly to Kyle, or I go to Erica and Dorit, or Garcelle. I have this issue with Kyle. I'm not going to Kathy, because do you believe that Bozoma studied this show before coming on?
I think everybody does now, because it's Housewives is no longer new. When the franchises were first coming out, in the beginning, of course you're coming in, you don't know, you're wet behind the ears. But anybody now who comes on a Housewives show and lies and says, "Oh, I never watched," you're a liar. You're because we're 19 seasons into OC, we're 16 seasons into Atlanta, 14 seasons, and we're deep in this thing. So for you to lie and say you've never watched an episode, you don't know, it's a lie. Everybody has studied. Everybody has, all the newbies have studied the formula. Boz is no different. She studied everybody. She knows the drama. She's smart enough not to say it like Anna Marie. Anna Marie was a super fan, because she was on TV talking about, oh yeah, I remember episode 7, season 3, you said that to her, and you said that, and that's why your friends don't like you anymore. So she came on as a fan. Boz is smart not to say that.
And now Anna Marie's suing with the association of the ADA or something. I forgot she's suing. I can't. She is so annoying. The Jan Talk, thank you so much for becoming a member. We appreciate your support. I am going to butcher your name, so I'm just Haraya. Oh, I think I got it. Haraya. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Khadijah, thank you so much for being a member for 25 months. We appreciate that. Yes, Brooke, God is good all the time. I love y'all so much. You both make phenomenal content and truly stand out on this platform. A hit every time. Thank you, Khadijah.
Thank you.
Support. Nelson, thank you so much for the Virgo. Nelson says, first of all, thank you for being a member. It says, my faves, hey, y'all, just wanted to drop in and can't wait for Friday. What's T Camp and Brooke? Ooh, well, wait for Friday. Okay. Wait for Friday. Keith, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, hashtag the dream team. Yes. Come on, Beverly Hills. Rahina, thank you so much for the super chat. Rahina says, can't wait to see you two on Friday. See you on Friday, Rahina. You and the husband. Thank you, Talkative TV Addict, for the super chat. We appreciate the support. Keith, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, it looks like Kenya may just be a guest and not a friend of. And just like any other guest, the only payment she's getting is an Uber voucher.
Damn.
They are shadier than us. Candace, thank you so much for the super chat. Candace says, love this Brooke and Kempire collaboration. Love when Brooke whacks them.
Oh, thank you.
Like a whack-a-weezer. Dr. Payne, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, hi, Kempire, Brooke, Ashley, and Maz. Brooke, I love your candor and ignore the haters. Exactly.
Oh, thank you.
Our friend Taria's in the building. Taria says, my two favorites. Garcelle, mind your business and take that scarf back.
Hey, Taria.
You already know when you gave a gift to someone like Reba, you ain't getting it back.
No.
Miriam, thank you so much for the super chat. Miriam says, I think it's strategic of Boz to become relevant without having to share too much by listening to Dorit.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. I mean, she's sharing enough in regards to her storyline. And what do you think about Keely?
Can we talk about that for
yes,
a minute,
please? Yes, please.
Okay. That man is a user and a grifter. Boz needs to wake up. This storyline is ridiculous. Boz is almost 50 years old, talking about bearing 3 children for this man who's 49. Stop. So he just woke up finally after 49 years and said, I want to settle down and have a kid. And he still doesn't want to settle down because she's talked about, well, marriage, where do you see that? He says, well, I can't say that I won't waste your time. Stop. And
that's what took me out.
Okay. Does he have a job? He's in that cheetah print shirt for dinner. He looked a mess. No. When she said that he spontaneously visited her when they were in Ghana for Christmas, I said, who paid for the plane ticket? Who paid for the flight? I want to know.
It took me out, though, when she says that was the first time that her daughter met him. And it was like this very quick, like, oh, there's this guy that I've been talking to. He's here in Ghana.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, that's weird. That's strange. Strange.
Listen.
So you don't see a future with them? They're talking about babies.
She needs to stop. She needs to get real and stop it. No, for real. Like, this is ridiculous. She sounds silly. She sounds delusional. It's giving desperate for a man. Because she even said, being in LA in your late 40s, it's like almost impossible to find love. I'm like, girl, don't let the fear of not finding somebody have you stuck in some nonsense. I'm so tired of women letting desperation cloud their judgment.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I want better for her. I thought he was okay until that episode when they were sitting down to dinner and he said that. And I was like, wait a minute. And then last week she talked about him surprising them in Ghana. I was like, wait a minute. And that was the first time that he met the daughter. I was like, okay, I don't know about this. But Boz, look, no one's perfect. Everyone has something. Garcelle can't dress. Boz can't pick a man.
Listen, when he said, and they had that picnic on the beach in the second episode, we were introduced to him, and he said, cheers to our business endeavors. That was the red flag for me right there. I'm very big on, I'm very traditional about certain things when it comes to relationships with men and women. I just feel like there's something in the milk ain't clean. Like, a man does not need to be in your wallet or your pocketbook. Okay. Why are you, what are we talking about business endeavors together? Like, that is giving you don't have a job and you're trying to leech off of her.
Do we know what he does for work?
You don't know what he does for work. He's a businessman like they all are. Okay, let me stop. Let me stop. I'm getting too real on here. Let me stop.
Get real tomorrow during the Kempire After Dark live experience. Thank you, Mama Ali, for reminding me what I had to remind those of you that have gotten your live stream tickets. This is the only Kempire After Dark show that you'll be able to attend by live stream. So if you want to be a part of the show, hear the tea spilled by us and by the audience, go get your live stream tickets today. Mama Ali's reminding you, she says, don't forget to mention the info regarding the live stream tickets the week to watch. You told me to remind you. Yes. And thank you so much. I had opened it up on my phone, so I didn't forget. So I do want to remind you guys, for those that have bought live stream tickets, Mama Ali reminded me, she says that she got an email from the venue that people who buy tickets will have up to 1 week to watch the stream. So if you thought that you would only have it for 24 hours or 48 hours, no, you have 1 week to watch the stream. And I didn't know that. So I think that's important to know. But if you are in New York City, New Jersey, the tri-state area, get your tickets today. We don't have snow here. Come out. It's a Friday night. Let's party. And again, if we don't sell out, I'm not doing another New York City show.
I know that's right. Let them know.
But the live stream folks, y'all are acting up. Y'all really want to see the show. I appreciate it. But and I get it, it's wintertime. Nobody wants to come out. But trust and believe, if you missed the last two, you're missing something. Okay. Again, more information on the Kempire After Dark live experience and our special guest, the Brooke Ashley, will be available in the description. Get your tickets today. Let me just say thank you again to Tahira. Thank you so much for becoming a member. We appreciate your support. Ariana, thank you for being a member. My sister's watching for the first time. Shekov's your sound. Wait, she loves your soundboard. Thank you. Dark and Lovely, thank you for being a member for 18 months. I just subscribed to Brooke Ashley. Thank you for our guest. Brooke, where are you in regards to numbers right now?
I am. Let me see.
She's like, I don't even know.
Let me see.
While you do that, V, thank you so much for the super chat. V says she's willing to put her body through all of that for a man that can't say I love you. I wouldn't do it. Run, Boz.
Thank you. That makes no sense. That's a huge red flag. And I think that he's after that child support. No, look at Halle Berry. Halle Berry got with that man. Remember Halle Berry with her first daughter?
Yes.
Got with that broke model.
For two men.
And she's paying him $26,000 a month. Keely is trying to come up on that child support. Boz, don't do it. Listen to me, Boz.
Boz has money.
She does. These men are out here preying on these women who have money. No, stop.
Olsen says he's a businessman like Peter Thomas, who's going to federal prison right now. Lord have mercy. Oh wait, hold on. Yamira, thank you so much for the super chat. See you both on Friday. It's going to be a good time. Do you think Kyle from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills sustains a close relationship with PK in order to keep tabs on Mauricio? Oh, that's a take. Maybe. Hence the I won't repeat anything you shared text. Possibly. I don't trust Kyle as far as I can throw her. I don't trust her. I don't think anything nefarious is happening, like sexual, between them. But I do believe she's probably spilling tea. I don't feel like she's being a girl's girl to Dorit. Just saying. Leche, thank you so much for the super chat. Bozoma better get an ironclad prenup if she's going through this. Please, God, don't let it be. My thing is, they haven't even said I love you. She said in the after show, they've since said I love you. Fine. Yeah,
because he saw her complaining about it on the show. and she's acting so goofy.
Live Well LA, thank you for the super chat. Live Well LA says Brooke ain't lying. He's from the same casting agency as TJ. Stacey's doing it. Woo! V, thank you for another super chat. V says, since you haven't made it to Texas, I'll be on the live stream pretending I'm in the audience. Good, because I will be calling back to the live stream, and Brooke will be as well. Okay. All right. I want to move on to Real Housewives of Potomac. Since we talked about Stacey, you guys may have seen a little clip of Stacey, a preview for this week's episode, part 2 of the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. And Stacey basically says F that B word to Vivian. You remember Vivian? We've seen Vivian throughout the years on Potomac. She's not new to us, but she talked about elevating. She said that I was trying to elevate Vivian, making her be a part of the show. Apparently, there was a dress that she had made for Ashley, and she had put it on Stacey. So Stacey talks about this during the reunion, and Wendy, who is, first of all, looked amazing at this reunion, but she is calling the girls out all this season. Yeah, she said you said F that B word. And Giselle's like, you said F that B word? She's like, well, I tried to elevate Vivian. So Vivian has spoken out. I know a lot of you have been tagging me, asking me to talk about this. So here it is. And I'll talk more about this at the show tomorrow because I have some tea to spill.
Oh.
So you can see here, Vivian says this. She says, thanks, Giselle Bryant, for asking who elevated who. The delusion of it all. Stacey is quickly unraveling her fraudulent self before our eyes. Stacey begged me to exclusively sponsor her event to elevate it. Her words. By the way, I introduced Stacey to the RHOP group. This is how she thanks me, shaking my head. Lying Stacey begged me for that outfit. I originally custom made the outfit for Ashley for a casual collaborative event. I offered Stacey another gown appropriate for her event, and she insisted on Ashley's outfit. I even showed her a pic of Ashley in it. My staff was present at the time of the conversation. Hey, Stacey, you returned all the gowns smelling funky. Shaking my head. Everyone will see your true color. Hashtag fake, phony, fraud. Does she watch the YouTube channel? That's what I always say. Anyways, hashtag the lies. P.S. Bravo, Andy. I love how you call me Viv. They are so thirsty for Andy's attention.
They are.
Turn off, Viv. I'm sorry. And what was your reaction to all of it? For what Stacey had to say and then what Vivian clapped back with?
So let me say, when Stacey first joined the show, I did like Stacey. I thought she was, quirky and funny, but I always had a bit of I had my good eye on her because I said, okay, this whole TJ stuff makes no sense, right? So I have my good eye on her. That we haven't really gotten the backstory of why her and her husband divorced in the first place. I thought that was strange, but it's clearly showing as the episodes went on that Stacey hasn't been honest, and this whole thing about she's so ditzy and so quirky, it's all an act. And it's not lost on me when AJ came, and shout out to AJ because I used to go to his salon when I lived in Chicago. Isn't that for a small world? So when he said to her, girl, this ain't you. Like, we used to really cut up in Chicago back in the day. Like, you're giving us Stepford wife. Like, that's not you. I thought that was kind of telling. He was low-key telling us, the audience, this isn't her. This is a fake persona. So Stacey, I feel like we're finally now getting the real her with the FUB, because she liked to always act like, oh, I don't curse. I don't use profanity. Like I'm just such a prude, but it's showing that you're really not. So already I'm like, okay, Stacey, like there's more that you're not giving us, and just be yourself. But I think it's telling that Vivian, whatever she wants to go by. But I think it's funny
that Andy calls her Viv.
Yeah, Viv. But I think it's funny that Vivian is calling her out. Now, do I believe that she returned those dresses stinky and funky? Well, with those dogs pooping all over the place, I'm sure the dress did not smell right.
But aren't you supposed to get it clean before you return it?
Yes. Yeah. That's in poor taste.
Well, here's the thing in regards to any of this. Again, I have some tea I'm going to spill at the Kempire After Dark live experience in regards to this story, because I have something to say. But I also did a video, maybe it was like 2 weeks ago almost, where I spilled some tea as what we can expect during reunion. Because you see that moment where Eddie Estefo was talking to TJ. So we spilled the beans, first of all, that Mia will actually be hightailing it out of the reunion early. We saw signs of that in part 1. But we also spilled the tea that TJ has a FaceTime with Eddie Estefo and says, the reason why I'm not there is because Stacey did not pay me. She missed out on the last 2 months payment, or 2 payments. I can't remember what the details were. So the part 1, part 2, and then part 3. Speaking of what you think, we're going to be whacking Stacey. We whacked her in part 1 for lying. We whacked her in part 2 apparently for lying, and we're gonna whack her again in part 3. Do you want to see Stacey back though? Do you want to see? Wait, come on. Hello.
I will be whacking Stacey so hard if this is true, that she was paying this man who couldn't even act right as her boyfriend. TJ, you paid somebody to be your boyfriend. First of all, paying a man, that's already a violation. So I'm whacking you just off of that alone for being a desperado, because that's desperate behavior. That's loser behavior if you're out here paying for a man as a woman. You need help. Anyhow, I think that Stacey, if you do come back, I mean, she probably will come back, but Stacey, season 10, come and give us your real self, give us your real story, and stop paying for men. That's what I want. Stop paying for men. That's embarrassing.
Especially when it didn't elevate her. He
No.
brought her down.
Yes.
In many ways. The way he spoke to her, what people felt about him, the lack of sexy with them. Because even if they weren't having sex, they could have easily ignored that and focused on something else. But they leaned into that, and it wasn't believable. When she came to our live show in DC, hey DC, she was lovely. I enjoyed her. I thought she was very nice. But I kept on saying, so you and TJ broken up. I kept on alluding to that, and she wouldn't confirm or deny.
Well, TJ probably in her apartment eating that tombstone pizza and that 25-cent hug drink. I still can't get over that on national TV at your big grown age. And I can't get over he's lying about his age. Sir, you were already 30 years old in 1999. So how are you 41 now in 2025? Like, what are we doing? You're already 60 years old. 60 and broke.
When our friend Layla Lynn came by the channel, she says she's always looked at like these IMDb pages. She said his page was the only page she's ever seen where it said, his sexuality. And I said, that's interesting. That's story. I'm gonna put on my IMDb page. I can play straight. There we go. Straighter than TJ. I can't. Brooke. While Brooke gets it together, I'm going to read some super chats. Dr. Frida, thank you so much for the super chat. Dr. Frida says, oh no, I'm still at work. I have no business in this live chat, but I'm here. I love the people at work that are here. Thank you. Dr. Bernice. Dr. Bernice is here. Well, I'm glad I got my New York tickets. See you tomorrow, Bernice. Bianca, thank you for the super chat. Bianca says, Bose is not just desperate for a man. She wants a black love story. She says she struggled with black men not wanting her. Dumpster diving got her Achilles. Learn from Serena. Get who wants you for you.
Bianca, yes, that's what it is. That's exactly what this is. She wants to have her black love fairy tale. She needs to stop and get real. Stop it. Stop. Healing ain't it. That's exactly what it is. You couldn't have said it any better. That's what it is.
Yeah, that is the perfect summation of that whole situation. But I always get a red flag when I see a man of a particular age that's never been married, never had kids.
Yes.
And I was trying to hold out hope, but every single week, more that we've gotten about him, I'm like, I'm like, okay, fine. Wait. Tyrese, thank you so much for the super chat. Tyrese says, bring Vivian on as a full cast member. I believe every word. The women of a certain age make the best housewives, in my opinion. I don't know what's ever happened. I think they've considered Vivian before. I don't know if she's decided not to do it or they didn't. I don't know. But I could definitely see them being messy. Giselle specifically being messy and bringing Vivian back next season. What's your thought on the evolution of Giselle this season?
It was nice to see Giselle actually pleasant this season after 7 seasons of her being horrible, a nightmare. So it was nice to see Giselle actually being a pleasure to work with, a pleasure to watch.
Yeah, finally.
Yes.
Finally. What do you think about the Giselle and Wendy friendship that developed this season?
I mean, it's about time, if you guys are going to remain on the show, you have to get it together. I mean, the onus was always on Giselle to make things right because Wendy did not do anything to her.
Yeah.
We were robbed and we were cheated of the full conversation between them. I don't like how we didn't see anything. Wendy had replied to my tweet when that episode came on, like, no, we did talk for 2 hours and we talked about everything. But I wanted to know, did Giselle apologize to you for when she said, I was happy to see you assaulted in season 7 because I didn't like you. Like, I wanted to know that. Was there an apology from Garcelle after all that she has said and done to you?
You bring up very valid points. And that's why when I saw that Dr. Wendy said that on Twitter in response to you, and Garcelle starting that conversation off by saying, I don't want to talk about any isms. I felt like, okay, we didn't get the full conversation, and I understand why. It's an hour show. But I thought at least at the reunion, they would have touched more on what was discussed. Was there an apology for that? I feel like you're not just having resolution for Dr. Wendy, you're having resolution for the entire audience that felt slighted by this cast and production with the conversations that we've been having the last few seasons. So I felt like not only did you rob us, you robbed Wendy, and you robbed other people that have had an issue and have not wanted to watch this show because of those issues.
And that was a way I feel to not hold Garcelle accountable with him breezing past the topic at the reunion. Because if we really delved into it, it would have been, okay, Garcelle, did you apologize to Wendy for what you said? So it just felt like Garcelle, once again, got off easy, and Wendy got the short end of the stick yet again for like the 10 millionth time.
10 millionth time. Live well. Thank you so much for the super chat. Again, deeper conversation is that this is a generation of women who absolutely must have a man to consider themselves successful, the institution. And I also don't think that Bravo does a good job of evolving either. I think they also put pressure on these women to do what Stacey did, to do what Boz is doing, to have a man in order to be on this show. Clearly, you don't need to have a man to be on this show. You just have to be interesting and have something going on in your life. Like, I didn't expect this whole Sutton and Reba storyline coming. I was like, oh, I don't mind us unpacking their relationship, because I think there are a lot of people that can relate to having a challenging relationship with their mom or their dad or parent, or just an issue within the family. But moving on from the Garcelle and the Wendy stuff, let's talk about the elephant in the room, and that is Karen Huger. So Karen Huger did not attend this reunion. How did you feel about that? Were you surprised?
No. I called it. I said, she's not going to come. She's not going to want to take accountability and to sit there. When the body cam footage came out, I knew she wasn't coming. I said, oh, she's not coming. She's not answering for this. I mean, she told those officers, you are white and poor. I am Thomas Jefferson's concubine. You're going to feel ashamed when you find out who I am. I'm the grande dame. She said, I'm lit at one point. She said, oh, I should have taken a cab. There was no way she was answering for that.
No. What did you think about her not thanking Dr. Wendy in that video that she shared?
I was irate. I was lit. It's so easy to say, well, you shouldn't get so invested in these shows, but it's like, you've been watching since the beginning, so how can you not get invested? Yeah. But I really felt badly for Dr. Wendy. That was vile of Karen. And I honestly lost all the last bit of respect that I did have for Karen. For her to do that is the ultimate slap in the face. That woman has been so sweet to you since she's gotten on the show. She's always wanted to connect with you. You blew her off. You've been a horrible friend to her. And for you to sit there and do that, you thanked everybody. And what really killed me is you thanked Garcelle first, and you said you've been a real friend to me, but yet Garcelle has shaded you in her confessionals since the first episode about you crashing into a tree, you being a drunk. Remember the dueling events? She said, what is Karen getting an award for? Crashing into a tree drunk? Like, okay, so that's a real friend to you who shaded you? She's been shading you on her podcast with Robin. So that's fine. But Dr. Wendy, who actually has had your back and not said a word about it, she supported you through all this. She doesn't get a thank you. Karen could never speak to me again.
And she did that intentionally. I don't know if you noticed it. I literally just watched it before.
Yeah.
When they first see Karen, and Karen's just like, I want to thank, I first want to thank, I forgot her exact words, but you could see Wendy's eyes just sort of open up and smile, like, because she knew it. She knew it was going to be her. Yes. And then she said Garcelle, and immediately her face changed.
Yep.
And then when we got to the end, it's just like, and I have a very special person that I want to thank.
Yep.
Andy Cohen. Really? She did that intentionally. You're not telling me that she didn't do that. And she thanked Jazzy of all people. And you forgot Dr. Wendy. You did that intentionally. Some people believe she did that in order to set up some sort of beef with Dr. Wendy in the next season. Do you want to see Karen return next season?
I don't.
Oh.
I actually don't. And with this stunt that she pulled, I don't want her back. And I want them to really go hard on her with this sentencing next week. This show has gone to Karen's head.
Yeah, definitely.
Karen has become so arrogant. At BravoCon, you missing your photo op, and then the next day you charging folks $30 to take a picture with you. Girl, are you insane?
She didn't charge me backstage, bro.
No.
No, I know.
At her booth, she was there because she missed the photo op in both the VIP lounge where we were and for the general admission. The general admission ticket holders were like, look, we were on that line for hours on end, and for you to miss your photo op, that's unacceptable.
That's a long line.
It's a long line. Yeah. I mean, come on.
Guys, don't forget the Brooke Ashley will be hosting and having her own segment at the top of the Kempire After Dark live experience tomorrow here in New York City at the Green Room 42. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, go get your tickets today and bring a friend. If you don't have a friend, don't worry. You can make a friend at the show.
Oh, yes.
Good people that come with themselves to the Kempire After Dark live experience. But if you can't make it because you're in another city, another country, another time zone, another universe, buy your live stream ticket. Head on over to the description to get more details on the Kempire After Dark live experience here in New York City. And don't forget to follow our guest, the Brooke Ashley. More information on her YouTube channel and podcast will be available in the description. All right. Let's get through some of these super chats. Bianca, thank you so much for the super chat. Bianca says Stacey paid that man to give her a freezer pizza and acid juice. She'd have been redeemed if she got up and left yelling, "You're fired." Would have been iconic. Mr. Melvin Magic, thank you for the super chat. Kyle is DL. Boz is a bozo for befriending Dorito Locos Tacos. Oh my gosh. Reba gives retired clan member. Size 12 Mia is a liar. Stacy's wig is realer than her. Ooh. Damn. That was a read. Scarlett says colorism keeps the line moving each and every time. Thank you for that, Scarlett. Keith, thank you for another super chat. Keith says, it's sad that even the possibility of facing 2 years in prison, she still has time to be miserable. I hope her cellmate is big, tall, mean, buff girl named Bertha. What is wrong with y'all? They are extra today, Brooke. I apologize in advance. They usually are better when we have company.
I love it.
OMG. Bianca, thank you so much for the super chat. Bianca says, Wendy personified all of us, giving her grace all season, defending and giving her time to clear her name. It was a slap in the face, honestly.
Yep.
It really was. It really was. How are you feeling, though, with these next two parts to the reunion? Are you excited? Is it giving you what Andy said that this reunion was going to give? And explain to me why.
The first part exceeded my expectations. I mean, I think it's funny because SLC gave us a fantastic season, but we got a very mid reunion, was boring, did not need to be 3 parts, right?
No.
Potomac gave us a very mid season, but this first part of the reunion was phenomenal. I mean, I enjoyed it. I was sad when it ended. When I tell you, I have not been so excited for the parts 2 and 3. I am waiting with bated breath for this coming Sunday. I can't wait for March 2nd. I am seated. I have my wine, my snacks, like I am ready, but I'm very excited for both parts. Again, even Andy, that's always a marker of how good a reunion is going to be because even Andy's into it. Let's be honest. Andy has been checked out of a lot of these reunions for years now. This was like the first time in a long time that I've seen him with that old spark back. He was throwing the shade back to the ladies. He was laughing. He was fully engaged. And I said, okay, we're back. This is one of the, he's right when he says that this is one of the best reunions that we've seen from Potomac since season 5. And I believe him. This so far, they get a 10 out of 10 for me from the first part. I cannot wait for parts 2 and 3. That's how excited I am.
Are you excited for, what's your take on Mia this season? Because we didn't get a lot of Mia in the first part. we got, that whole Miami trip in the first part and what went down there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What are you thinking of Mia this season and during this reunion?
I think that Mia has overplayed her hand. She thought that this Jerry Springer Maury storyline was going to carry her and be interesting. And we don't want this hot, raggedy ghetto mess. We don't want it. We don't want it. It's not cool. And she lies so much that everything is falling apart. 1 minute you don't know where the kids are. The next minute you do know, that he is the dad. He's not the dad. He is the dad. Well, I got the DNA test last week. Well, no, I actually didn't know till last month. She can't keep her story straight. Mia is a liar, a fraud, and she should have been gone when she assaulted Wendy season 7. So the fact that she got 2 extra seasons to still be here, count it all joy. You had a nice time. Thank you for your services, in the words of Shawnee O'Neal, and be gone. But I do believe that Mia overplayed her hand, and I think that this is her last season. I don't want to see her back. She brings nothing.
Oh, damn. Tell me how you really feel. Well, Brooke, hold back. We don't want to give them too much of what we're going to be talking about at tomorrow's Kempire After Dark live experience. If you thought we were unfiltered and funny here, wait till we can cuss. Cuss and spill tea. So if you're in the New York City tri-state area, get your tickets today for the Kempire After Dark live experience featuring our girl, the Brooke Ashley. Ticket information is available in the description, along with the live stream ticket option. For those that live outside New York or outside the United States, there is a live stream option that you will have access to for at least a week, but you have to buy your ticket now. You can't wait and buy your ticket on Saturday when the show is over. Buy your ticket now, and then you'll be able to watch it, even if you can't watch it tomorrow night. So, Brooke, first of all, again, what's coming up for you? Where can people follow you? Let them know.
Oh, you can follow me on YouTube, The Brooke Ashley, my podcast, The Brooke Ashley. I'm on Twitter, running my mouth over there at The Brooke Ash, Instagram, The Brooke Ashley _. And I'm also on Blue Sky, the same name, The Brooke Ash on Blue Sky. So yeah, you can find me there. I, just love to just run my mouth about these housewives and just have a good old time. But I will be in the building tomorrow night, Friday, February 21st with Kempire. We're going to be chatting, spilling tea, having a good old key, all right? Having a drink or two, having a good time. So I can't wait to see y'all, to meet y'all, and it's going to be a good time.
Most definitely, guys. If you haven't already, be sure to like the video. Be sure to share the video. And if you're part of the replay crew, be sure to let us know your thoughts on what both Brooke and I had to say about Real Housewives of New Jersey, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, the tea that spilled from the Real Housewives of Potomac. Let's continue this conversation in the comment section. Thank you to everyone that sent in a super chat, a Venmo, a Cash App, a thing, a follow, a like, a subscribe, a share. We appreciate you guys. Continue to do that. It is Black History Month, so continue to support Black content creators like we do. Right, Brooke?
Yes.
I will see you guys tomorrow night at the Kempire After Dark live experience. Again, shout out to our channel members and our King's Guards for holding us down. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Here we go now.